you better pray for help. Straight up and down, so don't even play yourself. In a battle, you better pray for help.
A new bike lock attacker. Antifa attempts murder again. Many of you are aware of the rallies last weekend, Saturday, August 4th in Portland and Sunday, August 5th in Berkeley, but not as many of you know that there was a dramatic rally also in Rhode Island on Saturday, August 4th, and there was another bike lock attack. The event in Rhode Island was called Resist Marxism, and I will be making a video about the event in the future, but for now, for this video, let's focus on the new bike lock attack inflicted that day by one of the Antifas, and we'll get his name later, upon one of the Resist Marxism rally attendees, former candidate for Congress Samson. But the attack didn't actually happen at the rally, but shortly after, and it was from behind. Here's video of the attack from Samson's own YouTube channel, see the link below, subscribe to his channel, here we go.
Gotta take your mask off.
Hey, look out! Get out of here! Get him!
He's got a hammer! He's got a hammer! He's got a hammer!
He's got a fucking hammer! Get him, officer! Get him! Get the fucker! Look around! Look out! Look out!
That was fast and not very easy to see, so let's slow it down a couple of times. Here we see Samson from behind on the left. He's the bald man who you see the back of his head there, and watch him get hit. There you go. Let's see that again.
Get out of here! Get him! He's got a hammer!
He's got a hammer!
He's got a fucking hammer! Get him, officer! Get him! Get the fucker!
Okay, now notice there was yelling that the attacker had a hammer, but it did turn out to be a bike lock apparently.
Gotta take your mask off.
Hey, look out! Get out of here! Get him!
He's got a hammer!
Note that this happens right there beside law enforcement. Here's a photo of the injury. Here's part of a video by a Rod Weber that shows law enforcement chasing the attacker. See the link below for the full video, but here we go. Here's some of it.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Back off! Where's the fucking hammer? Alright, we're gonna get the hammer. Bullshit. Stay inside, you walk in by all baby. Up on one half left, back up. Get up. What was he doing? He hit him with a hammer. He hit him with a hammer. Because everybody was fucking chasing me. What's your name? I'm going to the bail fund. I know him. Okay. This way. Come on. Hey, this way. Come on. 1884. Come on.
Let's fast forward to this next part where you can get a better look at the attacker.
Get my water. They claim I did something I didn't do. We're on Francis Street by Panera Bread.
What are you doing? No.
Now listen to what the female voice says.
Racist piece of shit. Fuck you. Let him go. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, apparently it's racist to arrest a brown person even though they attempted murder with a potentially deadly weapon. Stupid white knighting sociopathic injustice warrior. It's racist to arrest him. Look, he's brown. Now listen to the attacker give his info to the Antifa legal aid in the green hat.
Yo, you got my name in? You got my name and last name? Back up.
Back up.
Back up. Alright. C-A-R-R-I-O-N. Back up. And then 1884 is my date. Francis Street, right by Panera. 1884.
1884 is his what? What did he say? 1884 is his ID punch? Is that what he says?
And then 1884 is my date.
Francis Street, right by Panera.
1884.
If you folks understand that, please leave me a comment below and fill me in on that. At any rate, folks, you have his name now, Alexander Carrion, and the number 1884 for whatever that means. Okay, let's fast forward to get some more information.
724-681-3830. 724-681-3830.
Alright, did you hear that? NLG's number is area code 724-681-3830, and I recognize that area code. That's normally for the area around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a good drive from Rhode Island. I did a DuckDuckGo search on that number, and I just get conflicting information, different names, etc. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to call the number. I'm just curious as to what all... Maybe I could mess with him and see what happens.
I'm not here. Leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Wato, man. This is Carrier, man. My ID punch is 1884, man. What's up? Hey, Essay. Come on, I commit the crime. You get me out now. Hey. I want my Soros money, man. Hey, Wato, pick up the phone, man. It's Alexander Crayon, man. ID punch 1884, man. I hit the motherfucker in the back of the head, man. I used the bike lock and I BAM! Hit him in the back of the head, man. Okay, now, Gringo, you give me money, huh? Come on now. I do the thing for you. You do the thing for me, man. Hello, Essay, pick up the phone, Wato. Come on. Hey, underlay. Viva, come on. What you do? Pick up the phone, man. Hey, Wato, come on. I hit the motherfucker in the back of the head, man. You give me the money. I go for siesta now.
Now listen to the following.
So I got the whole incident on video. If you want that, go to my Facebook. It's Rod Weber, RODWEBBER. The entire thing is on my live stream.
Rod Weber?
Yes. They ran through the parking lot. He was jumping around cars and shit. They dropped him basically. They tackled him and I mean I don't know what provoked it.
Hear that?
I mean I don't know what provoked it. Bullshit.
Apparently the camera person, Rod Weber, is ignorant of the attack or just flat out lying. Now, is he lying? I don't know, but he was right where the attack was at least 10 minutes before, and he was right there, right as the police were chasing the guy, so you tell me, okay? He might have had his back turned, maybe, but he's pretending like, oh, nothing happened at all. No, even if you had your back turned, you know somebody hit somebody else, and somebody ran from the scene. So this Rob, let's just call it what it is. He's a liar. Rod Weber is a liar. Now, let's fast forward to listen to some of the insane stupidity that ensues.
I know.
There are
Obviously
racist groups up in the mall eating food or whatever, and they're protecting them.
Get that? So apparently, they expect the police to not protect people, citizens, who are sitting and eating. Yes, law-abiding citizens should not be protected from violence as they sit and eat. Well, they are accused by an irrational, violent mob of being racist, so therefore the police shouldn't protect them. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, they are being accused by an irrational, violent mob of being Nazis, so why should they be able to eat in peace? Because mobs of violent idiots, they know what they're talking about, and they should decide what is the law. Sure. Okay, now listen to what Rod Weber says at the end of this video.
I'm signing off. We're in Providence again. This was the Resist Marxism rally, which sprung from the Boston free speech rally, which came on the heels of Charlottesville. That's who these people are.
Hear that?
Free speech rally, which came on the heels of Charlottesville. That's who these people are.
The same ignorant, anti-intellectual, and intellectually dishonest narrative. These people are just like the neo-Nazis from Charlottesville because angry mobs of violent idiots have said so, and they should be hit over the head with bike locks. You know what? Let's do this right here. Let's do this. Alright, so my comment starts with a quote, what we just heard him say. Quote, on the heels of Charlottesville, that's who these people are, unquote, question mark. What justification do you have for that accusation? Look, I'm making a video about this attack and arrest, and I will inform my audience that you are a NAMBLA member. I will tell them that I have just as much evidence linking you directly to NAMBLA as you have for your accusation. And if you don't know, folks, NAMBLA is it's a pro-pedophile organization, man-boy lovers association of either North America or North Atlantic, something like that. Sometimes this is the only thing that really jolts these people out of this sort of tunnel vision they have, where they think that those who are accused of X are guilty of X because violent, irrational mobs say so. Sometimes they get it, usually they don't. But sometimes that sort of tactic does work on them. Now let's scroll down to the comment section of Rod Weber's video, because I discovered this comment by Samson himself. Let's see. He writes, "Rod, you and I just had an interview by the entrance before this happened." And we'll see that in a moment, folks. "Right afterwards, this Antifa guy assaulted me with a bike lock. Let me know if you want to chat more, and please let me know when/if you publish our interview. Thanks." As it turns out, he did publish that interview, and thank you, Samson, for sending that to me, folks. Let's take a look at that portion of the video now.
Unsuccessful. Terrible. Well, I mean, we weren't, our assembly wasn't allowed to do what we went up there to do. We were ordered by the police to disassemble and leave. So while, I mean, on some level, it was successful because we were able to go up there and do some things. But I was spit on. Somebody spit in my face on camera in front of the police. Police didn't do anything. I wrestled with some guy who ripped apart our canopy in front of police. I got him on the ground. I turned him over to the police. They didn't do anything. I'd say there was a whole bunch of things that went very wrong. More on the authorities here in Providence in the state than anything.
So what was the message that you would have got out if you were able to be heard?
I'm a free speech advocate. I'm also a cannabis advocate.
Okay, so Rod Weber heard Samson say that he is a free speech advocate. And yet, after this, Rod still compared him to the Charlottesville people.
Free speech rally, which came on the heels of Charlottesville, that's who these people are.
Now, Samson has told me that he communicated with Rob after this a few times, and, well, Samson says that he doesn't really take it personally. And, you know, that's a really good attitude. Now let's take a look at this video that Samson has made for us so that we know what his political views are. Now, to show you the entire video would almost double the length of this video, so I'm going to show you just excerpts, but you could see the entire thing by scrolling down and clicking the link. And when you do so, go subscribe to his channel. Here it is.
So, in light of what happened over this past weekend and everything this week with the harassment and the accusations and all that ridiculous stuff, somebody reached out to me on Facebook and said, you know, we have all this stuff flying around about what people say you believe, but what do you actually believe? Can you make a short video and say what you believe? I am a staunch anti-war activist. I'm not anti-all war. I'm anti-wars of aggression, so I'm anti-war on terror. I'm anti-war on drugs. I really think that we need a modern, like, almost Nuremberg trials in order to fix the state of affairs that we're at right now. That's for a different video. I'm a pro-cannabis advocate, huge pro-cannabis advocate. I'm also a free speech advocate. The homelessness problem really bothers me. I didn't realize how bad it was until I started going to school in Boston. The opiate crisis is terrible. It's something that really, you know, we really need to address. And, you know, society's going in the opposite direction of what would actually fix those types of problems, but those are all for a different video. As far as what I believe, I identify as a libertarian. That's the closest thing that we can come to, like, segmenting me into a label. Humans love classifying things and making things into neat categories, but humans, you know, we're all individuals. We all believe different things, and for better or worse, we can't be put into those simple categories. Libertarianism is more of a philosophy than it is a political, like, party. I mean, it is a political party, but it's more of a way of life. It's a way of, like, looking at how we should treat each other, how the government should work with its citizens. I've always been interested in government and the Constitution and our Bill of Rights ever since I was a young child. My father instilled in me the values of freedom of speech and the freedom to move about without undue search or seizure, freedom to remain silent, to not incriminate yourself, and, if necessary, the freedom to defend your life, your family, your loved ones, even your property and your country, with up to lethal force if necessary, right? And those are all things that I hold dear because I understand, growing up in Massachusetts, what we separated from. We separated from a tyrannical government in Britain that wanted to impose all sorts of undue regulations and stick troops here and take money without any sort of representation whatsoever. And we fought back against that. We recognized the tyranny that was going on, and we said we have a chance to break free from this. And that's what this country was founded upon. And growing up in Massachusetts, you learn a lot about that. I hold all that stuff very, very dear. I believe that all humans possess inherent human rights that are universal to everyone. It doesn't matter your skin color, your country of origin, your belief system. We are all humans. We're all we have inherent rights. We should be able to speak our mind. We should be able to assemble with like-minded people, associate with who we want, disassociate with who we want. We should be able to move freely without coercion or undue issues. We shouldn't have checkpoints in the streets. For the most part, I would like to see us do things like, instead of building a wall, for example, we have this immigration crisis, right? Instead of building a wall, I would suggest we ask, why are people fleeing their home countries at such a ridiculous rate? You know, we look at Latin America. What's going on in Latin America? A terrible war on drugs, right? Financed by the United States. So we fund, we train, and we equip foreign militaries to fight the war on drugs on our behalf. These foreign governments take our funding, our training, and our weapons, and they kind of fight the war on drugs while maintaining their dominance in whatever country that this is going on in. I was running for Congress as a Libertarian candidate. I argue that the root causes of all of our military endeavors are not because of whatever propaganda we're being told. It's to prop up these failing financial systems that are not capitalist in nature. I am staunchly capitalist. We are experiencing crony corporatism right now, and it's bleeding into our military and media and now our streets in the form of violence at political events. Because if you ask me, and you ask a lot of people on the ground, there's no way these events are spontaneous grassroots efforts. Somebody's paying for these groups to organize these people to come out. The ones who come out wearing the masks on the streets aren't necessarily paid. In fact, I don't think they are. They think they're legitimately coming out and protesting white supremacists and Nazis and all those things that they're told. The organizations that get them to turn out are the ones that have the money and financing. And that's why I call for Antifa to be called designated a terrorist group. It's not so that we can go out and harm masked people in the streets. It's so we can pursue the financial purse strings. The organizations that are causing this unrest in this country, they need to be brought down and brought to trial, to justice, for literal crimes against humanity, because the conflicts we're seeing in this country have been repeated time and time again in other places. And since the rest of the world isn't putting up with it anymore, it's coming home here to the United States, and we need to reject it. And the only way to reject it is by recognizing it for what it is and respecting one another, even though we believe different things. Because truly, all the people at these rallies, whether you're a counter-protester or you're somebody like me, if you're at this rally, you're a member of the have-nots. This is a class struggle. This is not a race struggle. This is not a religion struggle. And if you're coming out to those rallies, you're not part of that big club. And it's those people in the big club that make us want to fight against each other. And we just need to reject it and call for peace and say, hey, we're brothers and sisters in the same space, and we're going to respect each other even though we believe different things. And that's what I believe. And thank you very much for asking me that question. I appreciate you tuning in, and maybe we'll be doing some videos like this in the future. Thank you.
So there you go, folks. Not exactly a Nazi. Again, scroll down, see the link to his entire video to see everything that he has to say. He is obviously a very intelligent, well-spoken, very thoughtful man who's very interested in the truth. Not just partisanship, not just his side, his political party, whatever. This is a man who actually cares about the truth. Something tells me he'll be up to great things in his future. So subscribe to his YouTube channel, make sure you click that little bell icon. Let's move on. Now here's another thing, folks. Samson and other people do need some financial help. Samson has medical bills, some people had their equipment destroyed, and so on. So please scroll down, see the first link below, and consider donating to these folks. Thank you very much. Okay, folks, I think I should be wrapping up this video now. I think it's gone on long enough. Please make sure you are subscribed to my backup channel on BitChute, because you can expect this YouTube channel to go away any day now. I usually have 1 or 2 strikes on this channel, and they tell me once I get that 3rd strike, the channel gets deleted immediately. So scroll down, see the links to my backups, BitChute, Minds, Gab, etc. One last thing, folks, I want you to know that on August 18th in various cities in the USA, there will be coordinated rallies against leftist violence. Tabitha and I will be hosting one here in Charleston, West Virginia. Joey Gibson will be doing one in Portland. I'm going to guess that Amber is going to host one in Berkeley. If not Amber, then maybe Lindsay Grathwall or somebody. I would imagine there will be one in Boston. You can expect Boston Free Speech to be there. I would imagine Sam Ratcheby himself will be there in the Boston rally if he can make it. I'll try to keep you informed about it as I can, but keep in mind that Tabitha and I were super busy, and not just because we're prepping for our own rally, but just life in general. Alright folks, until next time, truth, honor, personal integrity, reason, responsibility, peace, love, freedom, equal opportunity, and individuality. Thanks for watching.